Okay, this is going to be a quick video here showing some of the nicer reports that we've got, the canned reports. You're seeing this in a system called the SSRS Report Manager screen. This is part of our SSRS package that stands for SQL Server Reporting Services. And these are the default reports that are going to come with every ATR implementation. We're going to go through a couple of these and just take a look. First, I'm going to show you this ATR interview compliance report, which really just shows in a nutshell, in a very quick snapshot, it shows what providers are doing with their follow-up GIPRAs. This breaks it down by percentage. How many of these follow-up GIPRAs have been completed within the window, within the 6-month follow-up window? And so this is all fake data, obviously, but this shows you real quickly which providers are complying and which ones might need help. Again, fake data. Back to our reports here. If I wanted to see service expenditure by case management agency, so this is a nice way to say that you can see these are all the different colors are different services, and we've got the dollars actually overlaid on top of these services. Breaks it down by case management agency, so we can see some interesting trends here, some patterns that you can't really see when you're just looking at the numbers themselves. You got to visualize it with tools like this. This is one of the reasons we like SSRS so much for our customers, is that it's very easy to create these visualization tools to be able to see this data. Another nice feature of SSRS is you're able to export these reports into a number of different formats: Excel, TIFF, Word, Acrobat PDF files, CSV files if you want to put it into a more robust stats package like an SPSS. Lots of functionality, lots of options here. Back to this reports list real quick. We'll look at just an example of the outcomes reports that we're able to do. We're simply comparing the alcohol frequency at intake that's taken off the GIPRA and at discharge that's taken off the GIPRA. And so we're seeing a 99% decrease. Again, this is fake data. We can only wish these were so good, but this kind of averages across the entire state. A real popular filter on a report like this is going to be to break it down by provider so that you can start to do some of the provider report card work that everybody wants to do. This is just one example of one of the outcomes you could look at, but you can imagine all of the data that's within the GIPRA, every one of the outcomes items can be measured in a way like this and visualized. A couple more we want to take a look at. So voucher life and caps for methamphetamine clients. So a big part of ATR2 was really to look at the meth clients and differentiate them from the non-meth. What this does is it shows the length of vouchers by service. That's the line data here, so 876, 500, 702. That's the length of the voucher. You've got your maximum voucher amount in green, and you've got your minimum voucher amount in red. Okay, so this breaks it down by service. And then the final thing we want to look at here is the voucher status dashboard. This is a really nice way to visually see some very important data about what's going on in your state with active vouchers versus closed vouchers versus the total. You can see some important information here. Light blue is total vouchers issued. The green is the authorized amount, purple's encumbered amount, and then the pink is going to be the actual amount that's been spent, and then the blue is the available amount. Again, this is fake data. These numbers typically are much higher in a real production environment. But that's a quick run through on some of these reports. There's a lot of nice functionality within this tool, this SSRS tool. We're not going to get into all of it, but show you the subscription one real quick. If I wanted this report to come to me as an email, instead of me having to log in to get it, I can go ahead and set up an email to myself, and I can set a schedule to say I need this to come to me on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays at 8 o'clock in the morning. And by the way, I don't need it after a certain date. I can set up the end date. So I can say March 2nd and then say OK, and that will set up a subscription. I've now subscribed to this report. Okay, that's a nice feature. Another nice one is I can stick permissions on folders. So if I've got some, the canned reports is where we were just looking. If I wanted to, though, I could put financial reports out here and limit that to a certain number of users. I can specify what users can access it. Last word about this tool is that the user accounts are completely synchronized with your WITS account. So whatever you use as your login and your password for WITS is what you use here on this tool. So they stay in sync with each other. You don't have another password to memorize. Next video, we'll look at the report builder.